Hey, good morning. So I am getting ready to can some shrimp right now, and I figured I would take you on my journey of what it is that I'm doing. So I have already washed my jars. That way they are ready to go. They are in the canner heating up right now. Thankfully my canner does that. And let me turn this. I have already taken all the tails off of all of this shrimp here. I actually did 2 bags of it. And I'm getting ready to put it in the strainer and wash it. I have some water boiling in here. So the directions that I printed out online says that you're to boil the shrimp for 8 to 10 minutes. I've actually done this recipe before, and when I boiled it for 10 minutes, I think it overcooked them, maybe because they're smaller shrimp. So today when I boil them, I'm just going to boil them for a few minutes in this water. So I have added 1 whole cup of vinegar, 1 gallon of filtered water, and then it says that I can use for the salt a 1/4 cup to 1 whole cup, and I just used a half. I just went in between. So I'm boiling the water here. Getting ready to rinse these shrimp out, and then I will bring you back on. Okay, so I have went ahead and rinsed all of this off here, and I'm going to add it to the boiling water and boil it for probably 3 to 4 minutes, and then take it out and get it ready to start putting in the pints. They do tell you online to can it in pints, not quarts. So I did get some quarts ready, and we'll go through that process here in a little bit. Okay, so it's been about 3, almost 4 minutes, and they look really good. So I'm going to go ahead and strain them out of this water, rinse them off, and then start the canning process outside. Alright, now that my shrimp are ready, I'm actually going to start making the brine. They said for the brine that you can use, for every 1 gallon of water, you can use 1 to 3 tablespoons of salt. And this is what you're going to be pouring in your canner after you've filled it with the shrimp. So I've got almost a 1/2 gallon, and I'm going to pour like a little less than 1/2 tablespoon of salt in there and start boiling that. Okay, so my canner tells me I can fill the jars right now. So I'm going to open that up. And start filling up the jars here. I just take them out one by one and fill them up. Sorry, I'm not looking. Here's my boiling brine. And so I'm going to go ahead and take them one by one here, fill them up with the shrimp that I have. And they tell you to leave about 1 inch headspace. Now, because my brine has salt in it already, I'm not adding salt to the actual container beforehand. So fill that up to about 1 inch headspace, smash some of that down, maybe get a few more in here. Okay, add a little bit of that brine until it gets to about 1 inch headspace. See if I can get any air bubbles out here. I don't know if you were able to see that one. And then turn it around, do it all the way around. Getting those air bubbles out are pretty important. And then it looks like I have room for maybe 1 more. So I'm going to throw another one in. And then I'm going to take a paper towel with some white vinegar, wipe the rim, and set it back in, and do all of those guys. So I went ahead, wiped the rim, put a lid on. Did it a little tight, but not too tight. And now I'm getting ready to do the next here. For the canning time, I put 75 minutes because they tell you for meats, typically 75 minutes for pints, 90 minutes for quarts. So I have 75. I will come back on once these are all filled and ready to go. All right, I've got them all in there filled with the shrimp. Getting ready to put the lid back on here. And then in about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, it's going to beep at me to put regulator on, which is this guy here. You just snap it back on, just push it on hard, and you have the regulator on. And then you'll hit start again, and then it'll start the canning process, and you can just leave it sit. So it'll do the 75 minutes and then the 1 hour cool down at the end that it does automatically with this specific canner. And then you will have 7 jars of shrimp on your shelf. Enjoy.